Today we are in Jenkins, Kentucky. Now Jenkins, Kentucky is right on the border of Kentucky and Virginia, so we're pretty close to the state line, and I wanted to bring you what I felt was a most unique cemetery visit. We are in a cemetery called Potter Cemetery, and there are a lot of members of the Potter family buried here. But that's not actually what brought me here today. There are some very, just unbelievable stories coming out of this cemetery, and actually the cemetery is now known as Murdered Man Cemetery. So a lot of history in here that I'm going to be covering in the future, not so much today. Now you can see here the grave of William Potter. And what I actually wanted to focus this video on is any time that I'm out in a cemetery on my journeys and I see something that I think would interest you all, I do like to show that. And I've done a lot of cemetery journeys, as you all know, and I've taken you all along with me. There's the grave of Nancy Potter. I've never seen anything like this. I've heard of these. Some people call these cemetery shelters, grave shelters, or I've even heard them referred to as spirit houses. Now, there are many different theories as to why and how these things came to be. Like the Native American people, it's more of a ceremonial type thing with them. A lot of people may just want to keep the weather off of the graves. We're up in the hills of Kentucky, and it makes me think that probably here, more so than anything, is a case of wanting to keep stuff out. Like, could have been livestock, it could be the wild animals that roam here, a lot of deer and things like that. So not really sure, and there are all kinds of theories. I've done some research on this and done some reading, and I would encourage you to do the same thing, but I wanted to show this to you all. And one thing I wanted to know, and one of my reasons for making this video other than showing this to you, have any of you all out there heard of these? Have you seen these? Maybe these are more common than I realized. All I know is this is something that I normally don't see in my travels, the first time that I ever have. But we are in Jenkins, Kentucky at Potter Cemetery. You can take a look right there. There's like 3 or 4 of these up here, and I want to get a little bit closer look so you can see a little bit more as to what is going on here. You can see the wiring going across there. Now in Kentucky, where I'm from, we call that chicken wire. So I don't know, I have visitors from all over the world, so you probably call that something else, but here in Kentucky, that's chicken wire. We're looking here, Melvin Potter is the person buried under this particular grave, and it does make me think that, or under this particular shelter rather, it does make me think that maybe this is more so a case of just wanting to keep the weather off. You can see gutters on there, but whatever the case may be, you can see there, I'm sure that is just a little space left, and that is the grave of, looks like the name is Cora Whitaker. But the wiring is around the bottom part, and you can kind of see in the top. But I would love to know, like I said, if any of you all out there have ever heard of these, have ever seen anything like these, cemetery shelters, grave houses, spirit houses, whatever you want to call them. But I would say these are just sort of built here. My theory in this particular area is to keep things out. But that's just a theory. And like I said, different theories out there as to what caused or why these are built. But this cemetery is just a magnificent little place on top of a hill. And like I said, this ended up being known as Murdered Man Cemetery. And the reason why is going to be coming soon. I've got the videos coming up to tell about that. But I wanted to take the time out to show you, like I said, a little bit of this video. Just a beautiful area on top of the mountain, but on top of the hill here in Kentucky. Like I said, this is on the Kentucky and Jenkins, Kentucky, on the Kentucky-Virginia border. You can see this, that's a beautiful stone right there, Potter. But this, I think, originally was known as Potter Cemetery, and the circumstances of some of the burials in here caused that to change. But please let me know in the comments below, have you all ever heard of these cemetery shelters, grave houses, spirit houses, whatever you call them? I would love to know. Personally, like I said, I've done a lot of videos and I've done a lot of traveling in cemeteries even before I started making videos. I've never seen anything like this, so I was kind of excited when I was able to find these, because I do think this is something that would interest you all. So I wanted to make a quick video here as just a small part of my visit to Potter Cemetery, otherwise known as Murdered Man Cemetery in Jenkins, Kentucky. So yeah, please comment. I really want your all's input on this. Let me know. and I'm going to be coming with more videos from here. I will see you again soon.